Prologue, the Mother of Spirits. 2,000 years ago. Ahurthern, the great spirit forest. Gather around, everyone. Trees rustled at the sound of a girl's voice. Wondrous tree spirits carried her. Message throughout the forest. The girl in question had 6 crystalline wings on her back, hair as beautiful as a clear lake, and eyes as bright as amber, despite her being in the middle of the forest. Not a speck of dust or dirt was to be found on her jade-colored dress. She was the great spirit Reno, the famed mother of all spirits. Spirits were born from rumors and legends. Unlike humans, they did not emerge from the wombs of their mothers, but instead considered her their mother. The great spirit Reno herself had arisen from that legend. "I've decided to go to Delscade," she declared. "Don't know if the demon king is telling the truth, but I believe it's worth giving him a chance, especially if it means this war will finally come to an end." The trees swayed restlessly as a light fog drifted between them. From it emerged tiny winged fairies, mischievous spirits called Titi, who all started chirping at once. "Are you sure? Are you really going? Reno's going. When will you be back? Will you be back?" "Don't worry," Reno replied. "I'll return. The Demon King has had plenty of opportunities to kill me, but he has never taken any of them. He won't do anything like that." She moved through the forest, floating a hair's breadth above the ground. "Don't play too many pranks on lost travelers while I'm gone." The fairies giggled. "Can't promise that." "What to do?" "Pranks, no pranks." "Pranks." Page 1 Golden Agato, MP4 directs. Calm Reno shot the innocently smiling fairies an unimpressed glare. "Don't test me, Titi." The tiny fairies straightened their postures and covered their mouths with both hands. "It's a promise, okay," Reno added, but the Titi's stiffened bodies continued trembling. "Pretending to be scared of me won't help you." The Titi shook their heads. "No. That's not it, Reno. Something's come. Something's here." Reno looked at them curiously. "What's here?" The Titi darted about frantically, chattering all at once. "Scary. The scary one is here. A god. A scary god. He's coming. Here he comes." The Titi scattered. As the fog lifted, a man emerged from the thicket. He was tall and on the slim side, dressed in loose robes and a loincloth. The man was unarmed, but the sheer power he emanated was clearly out of the ordinary. "Why, hello. Came in search of thee, mother of all spirits." Reno stiffened, narrowing her eyes. "Who are you?" "Am Niscalia, the heavenly father, the father of all gods, if thou wilt." Niscalia paid no heed to Reno's wary expression. "I've come here today to make a proposal. I'm thinking of creating a new child of God, and thou haste been selected to give birth to the vessel. Congratulations, Reno, a child of thine will make a fine god." "Is that all you have to say after turning up like this?" "Oh," Niscalia looked quizzically down at Reno. "Is something wrong?" "Thou shouldst be rejoicing. Thou art to harbor the vessel for a child of God and give birth to new order in this world." "I'm afraid I'll have to refuse. Have enough children as is." Niscalia laughed dryly. "That is not an option. This is a god's will." He stepped slowly forward, but Reno held up her hand. Magic circles. Page 2 Golden Agato, MP4 directs. Comb appeared across the forest. All pointed towards Niscalia. "Ahurthern is the abode of spirits. Not even a god may do as they please here. Do not defy me. The word of a god is absolute," he said, taking another step. At that moment, the trees of the forest writhed, extending their branches towards him. The tips of those branches sharpened into spikes that pierced Niscalia, skewering him from every angle. "Off with you, mannerless god, or I'll feed your magic to the trees." "How wonderful, Reno, that thou possesseth the power to harm a god, as I expected. Thou art worthy of being the womb to give birth to the vessel." Niscalia snapped his fingers. Bay order, the word of a god is absolute. At those words, the branches withdrew from his body and attacked there. Master, Reno, rather than holding off the enemy, found herself restrained. What is this? All magic in this world is my ally, now rejoice, Reno. Niscalia fixed his gaze on her, shall now bestow upon thee a child of God. Just then, a jet-black son of Geograze came hurtling down from the sky. Striking the heavenly father, the god stared coldly at the black flames licking his body. Cease your burning, dreadful flames, Niscalia commanded, but the scorching fire did not cease. Wait, how? Unfortunately, my magic doesn't like to follow orders. Descending from the skies above was the demon king of tyranny, Anos Valdigode, who landed on the ground before them. The word of a god is absolute. Cease your burning, dreadful flames. Niscalia repeated, channeling more magic into his words. Geograze vanished in submission. Taking advantage of his opponent's distraction, Demon King Anos plunged his black-stained fingers into the heart of the god. There's no need to get so worked up. Is extinguishing a few flames that big of a deal? The god's blood dripped from Anos's hand, but the heavenly father spoke. Without a care, try as thou might, a god cannot die. This is the order of the world. I know you gods value order above all else, but that is what blinds you from reality. The demon king drew a magic circle inside Niscalia's body. It was for Digzegged, a curse that drove the subject's magic out of control. Perish at the Page 3 Golden Agato, MP4 directs. Come hands of your own power. Dark snake-like marks broke out across Niscalia's body. Those marks bared their fangs and snapped them shut. The god's vast power was attempting to destroy the god himself. Niscalia's right arm fell from his body, the wound gradually decaying as the curse ate away at him. He retreated. Only the magic circle for Digzegged remained before Anos. See now, thou must be the demon king of tyranny, perfect timing. Oh, what's so perfect about it? The gods smirked. The gods have ordained the extermination of the demon king. The child of God shall soon be born to seal thy demise. There shall be no escaping this order. Right, but before that happens, Niscalia, you shall die. Niscalia sneered at Anos's words. Cease your burning, dreadful flames. The word of a god is. A light flashed before the god, and his throat was slit. Niscalia opened and closed his mouth, but he was unable to speak. A metallic clink carried through the air as a demon sword returned to its sheath. The one who'd cleaved the god's throat was a man with white hair and cold eyes, the strongest swordsman of demonkind and the demon king's right handman Shin Reglia. The words of a god are useless when they cannot be uttered, he said. Niscalia gaped. The sword in Shin's hand, Giliano's, the pillage blade came from his collection of 1,000 demon swords. It was a cursed blade that stole the function of whatever it slashed, life from a slashed heart, vision from slashed eyes, or the voice from a slashed throat. Even once the wound healed, that which had been stolen would not be returned. You gods have a bad habit of declaring yourselves the reason of the world. Anos said, perhaps it's about time you added this to your so-called order even. The reason of the gods shall perish before me. Anos grabbed the magic circle, crushing it with his bare hands. The silenced Niscalia crumbled to dust and disappeared with the wind. Reno watched in a daze. A god had been overpowered before her very eyes. Now then, mother of all spirits, have come to hear your answer, have you? Made up your mind? Anos asked. Reno took a deep breath to calm her mind, then answered, I've decided to give you a chance. Page 4 Golden Agato, MP4 directs. Come, that's good to hear. I'm ready to go at any moment. I'm afraid I'm still waiting on one last answer. You can wait here until then. I see. I'll leave a guard with you. The road to Delskade can be dangerous, and an anti-magic barrier prevents the use of Gadam. Anno's turn to address the kneeling Shin. As discussed, you shall be entrusted with escorting Reno until she returns to Ahurthern. She is my guest, so comply with her requests to the best of your ability. Understood. Oh, wait, don't need anything like that, Reno said hurriedly, waving her hands. The gods are after you. Another may arrive soon, or the one just now might resurrect. They are not easily defeated. That may be true, but that demon looks scary, doesn't he? Not good with overly strict people. Anos looked at Shin. His steely expression displayed no hint of warmth. You heard her, smile Shin. Understood. Shin attempted a smile, but his expression barely changed. Not bad. What do you think, Reno? What do you think? It doesn't look like he's smiling at all. Anos let out a hearty laugh. You're a great spirit, use your eyes. The corners of his mouth rose by 0.05 millimeters. Reno's objection was written on her face, but she didn't say anything. Do you understand now? Good. Get along, you two. Wait, hold on, Reno started to say, but the Demon King had already vanished. With that, an awkward silence fell over Ahurthern. The mischievous Titi peeked out from behind the trees. Reno looked at Shin. Yes. What do I do now? Whatever you wish. Have been tasked with obeying you. A troubled look crossed Reno's face. If that's the case, really don't need a guard, so can you go back and tell the Demon King that? Very well. Shin held his sheathed sword out to Reno. Page 5 Golden Agato.